having questioned like this, what was the answer Sri Krishna gave? Whether he said that you should be following the yoga of renunciation or the karma yoga, which one did he say it is better? Can anybody answer this?
Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sannyas.
Yes. Karma yoga is definitely superior to karma sannyas because in karma sannyas you do not perform any activity at all. So Sri Krishna says that although the supreme goal which can be attained is attainable by following even karma sannyas as well as karma yoga. Karma sannyas, how can you actually do it? It also needs a good amount of karma yoga only. So when you become more and more perfect in karma yoga, you'll be able to perform karma sannyas. So without karma yoga, karma sannyas cannot be performed. Krishna says that although both these paths have one same goal, the supreme goal, however, following through karma yoga is much better, much easier because you're performing your activities. Then you're going to surrender the fruits of that to the Lord, isn't it? So again, Sri Krishna somewhere also said that in verse 5.4 that we discussed, only those ignorant people they think that both the paths, both the marg are different. The karma yoga and the karma sannyas marg. But Sri Krishna says it is only ignorant people who will do that because ultimately both the paths lead to the supreme goal. Therefore, they are not different. The thing which you do when you renounce, you do not do any actions at all. But in karma yoga, after doing actions, you're going to surrender it. So, which is more easier, doing actions and surrendering, rather than keeping yourself away from doing any actions. So, that is what we saw so far. Now, we shall proceed ahead. Sri Krishna had also mentioned that when you become a karma yogi, you perform all the actions, yet you are not entangled in the actions or in the fruits of actions. You know very clearly in the mind, it is not me who is the doer. Who is the doer? Do you remember? He had indicated who is the doer. A karma yogi knows who is the doer. I'm asking this question from 5.8, verse 5.8 and 9. Anyone who can answer this?
The that you are not the doer, Karam Yog, you'll think you're not the doer even when you're doing like the five senses.
Exactly. Yes. The senses, when they get involved in their sense objects, that is how the karmas are performed. So, for a karma yogi, in the light of divine knowledge, he knows I am not the doer. Only the senses are doing their respective jobs. Senses are seeing, hearing, tasting, eating, everything. So, I am not the doer. It is the senses who are entangled with the sense objects. This is how a karma yogi has a very clear understanding, which is why, since he thinks I am not the doer, he is not getting involved with the fruits of his actions. The fruits of the actions are not binding the person, the individual, the karma yogi. Okay. Now, the last thing we also had seen, Krishna had given a beautiful example for us to be able to understand how is a karma yogi performing his activities? Is he touched by those activities anywhere? Yes or no? No. Okay, Pranay says no. So, who all say yes? Please raise your hand. Okay, no, yes. So, all right. All knows. Good. Can you recollect that example which Sri Krishna had given? You should be untouched by your actions, even when you're performing all actions like a karma yogi.
Like a lotus leaf untouched by water.
Exactly, exactly, yes. Even beautiful answer. Thank you, Pranay. So even when a lotus blooms inside the muddy water, it is untouched by it. Nothing can affect it. Similarly, a karma yogi, despite of performing all kinds of activities through his senses, mind, intellect, etc., he is untouched by any of the actions he performs because he has surrendered everything. So, what can touch that karma yogi? He is not getting bound by those actions. Now, today we will be doing verse number 11 onwards. Now, I'll just quickly copy paste the verses for you all so that it's easy for us to see. Are you able to see these points? 511. In this particular verse, now Sri Krishna says that, see, we have already discussed in 510 that he is untouched like a lotus leaf. Then what is the reason of performing the actions? Of course, we know he's going to surrender it, but when he is surrendering it, then why is he performing the actions? So Sri Krishna says, nobody can remain actionless. I cannot sit down without breathing, without moving my limbs, without talking. So actions will definitely be performed. That's for sure. Secondly, the idea of the karma yogi is that when he performs the actions, it is for self purification. Why? Because he is utilizing his mind, body, intellect to do all the actions and yet remain aloof of that, yet remain untouched by that. So that amounts to self purification. That is why a karma yogi is doing all the actions and yet he's not bound by it. So the underlying fact over here is to perform actions in karma yoga and be self purified. Then, in the next verse, 5.12, Sri Krishna makes a very beautiful point. He is anticipating a question from all of us. I perform actions, I surrender it, I am purified. Okay, what is the end result? લાઈફમાં કેટલા કર્મો આપણે કરીશું અને what is the end result after that? So Sri Krishna says, the one who practices karma yoga in this manner, in the end, he will be getting everlasting peace. That is the main point that we should understand. There is no anxiety in that karma yogi at the end of his life. Oh my God, what have I done? I shouldn't have done these kind of things. I should not have done these. I should have done such deeds. So no such anxiety prevails in a karma yogi at the end of his life because every action is surrendered. No fruits of actions are accruing for him such that he will have to wait back and go into the cycle of birth and death and take up or experience the fruits of the actions. Now it is only this much that he has surrendered everything, so the divine will take care. The divine will give him the best fruits. The divine will not only give him the best fruit, but also take him or pull him out of the cycle of birth and death. That is why he gets everlasting peace. So, this is the main thing we should remember and the main advantage of performing or practicing Karma Yoga all through your life. On the other hand, let's also understand for those who do not perform Karma Yoga, Sri Krishna says, those people who are doing every karma with a selfish motive, keeping himself in the mind or herself in the mind. I want to eat this, I will do. I want to go to sleep, I will do. So all the actions are I want to, my selfishness. That selfish motive will result into the fruits of the actions. The fruits of the actions will be such in which we, our soul, will get entangled. When you are entangled, remember, those fruits will pull you down into the cycle of birth and death, and you keep revolving in that. So, the one who does it with a selfish motive gets the fruits of the actions. The fruits of the actions will bind you. Because they bind you, you are entangled with the fruits of the actions. And finally, it pulls you down into the cycle of birth and death. So, every other individual in the world who is performing their karmas with a selfish motive do not have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and that is why they are doing so. Fortunately for us, we are the chosen few to whom Sri Krishna is imparting this knowledge. See, this knowledge is imparted worldwide to everyone. Whoever wants to read Bhagavad Gita and understand it, it's available for them. But people are not interested. But we are the chosen few in whom Sri Krishna has given that interest that you listen to what I am saying. That is why we are here today. So, my dear friends, the main important thing that we should understand is the one who is practicing Karma Yoga gets everlasting peace. The one who is not practicing Karma Yoga and doing everything with a selfish motive, not surrendering it to the Lord, he will be going back into the cycle of birth and death because he is getting entangled with the fruits. Okay. Now, in the next verse, we see that Sri Krishna says, how does a karma yogi look like or how does he behave like? So he says here, all those embodied beings, all those individuals, we can say, who are self controlled, they do not have a selfish motive, they're detached, very clear that whatever activities I will do, I will surrender it. So he's a karma yogi, basically. Such individuals, they reside in a city of 9 gates. Have you seen a city of 9 gates? Anything that you have heard about it? I'll tell you. Sri Krishna says, such a karma yogi will reside in the city of 9 gates and he will be free of any thoughts, any fear. Because he knows I am not the doer. Who is the doer? The senses and the sense objects are doing it. So he resides in the city of nine with 9 gates uh, in a very, what do you call, free from thought stage. He's not affected by anything. Does anyone want to reside in that city of nine gates? Where is it? Sanvi is planning to.
Paramdam?
Jauche? Oh, it's not Paramdam, dear.
Our body.
Yes, it's our body. Yes, it's a city with nine gates. And yeah, Sanvi plan flop, huh? We're not, I mean, we're already in that city of nine gates, right? See, the nine gates are said to be the two eyes, two ears, the nostrils, as well as the mouth. That makes it seven, plus the urethra and the anus. That is how it becomes nine gates. Now, nine gates are said to be uh, those places, those openings from where the body and the senses they get or deliver back anything. So we're already in the city of nine gates. Krishna says that that soul is there in that city of nine gates. He's there in the body. He's doing the karmas, but he is free from any kind of thoughts that I am the doer. He knows it's all my senses which are doing it. So nothing can bind him in that way. Okay. Any doubts, any questions so far? Should we proceed? All right. Now, in the 14th verse, have I given you the 14th one? Yeah. In the 14th verse, Sri Krishna is now saying that neither the sense of doership is there in the karma yogi, and also the nature of the actions. He's very clear that nothing is coming from God. Many a times when we face obstacles or problems in our life, we immediately start saying, "Are, ભગવાને આવું કેમ કર્યું હશે? પરમાત્માએ આવું કેમ કર્યું હશે?" So we start accusing and blaming the God for giving us so and so difficulty in our life. But a karma yogi understands that for sure it is not God, it is not the Supreme Personality who is giving us happiness or who's giving us sadness. No, he is not the one to do that. So the karma yogi is also very clear about it. He does not, he means the Supreme Personality also does not create the fruits of actions for us. By his grace, he just looks upon you and gives you what he wants to give because you are a devotee. So, in this manner, a karma yogi is very, very clear on his thoughts. I am not the doer. The Supreme Personality is also not the doer. He is not the giver of results in a wrong manner. But whatever is being done is due to the modes of my nature. For example, many a times I become lethargic, many a times I become very thirsty or um, very inclined to get something. Many a times I become very silent. So the modes of nature in me, Satgun, Rajagun, and the Tamogun, keep on changing like a whirlpool. And that is what is making a change in me. That's what is making me do a certain kind of activity. So the Karma Yogi knows for sure it's not God who is giving me anything. It's only the result of my modes of nature. Sometimes I am a Satguni, sometimes I become a Rajaguni, sometimes I switch on to Tamogun. And that is how I keep doing all my actions. Now, many devotees, they do a lot of worship, but somewhere if in their life they face any obstacle or any problem, then they start complaining that God has given me this problem. Krishna makes it very clear in the 15th verse. Let me first give you the verse and then I will talk about it. That it is not the omnipresent God who makes you do anything sinful or who is giving you the results of the sins. No, he is not the one. So let's have a look at this. I'll give you the. um, Okay. So now you'll be able to see from the 15th verse onwards. And in this, Sri Krishna says, the omnipresent God does not involve himself in any kind of sinful or virtuous deeds of anyone. So the moment we start raising our finger and pointing out to the divine or blaming him that it is you who have given me such a sin or such a difficult situation to face, Krishna says, God is omnipresent. Omnipresent, He's present everywhere, in each and every particle of this universe, He's there. Yet, He is not a part of doing any virtuous or sinful action. He's not getting anything done by you. The living entities are deluded because they think that God is making them do. Because where is knowledge? Knowledge is there in the self. The self, our Atma, is a reservoir of knowledge, but it is covered by ignorance. And because of which, we think that anything that we are doing is God is making us do those things. It is not so. The modes of nature within us keep changing, and that is our actions keep on changing. Our senses go with the sense objects, they entangle with the sense objects. That is why all the karmas are being performed. Above everything is the mind. Because Mr. Mind tells all the senses, keep doing this, keep doing that. So the mind has to be trained. So the misconception that God is making us do actions or any good or bad deeds, that has to be changed. The Atma within us is a reservoir of knowledge, but that knowledge is being covered by ignorance or maya. Only when a guru or a teacher with this divine knowledge, this transcendental knowledge opens our eyes, then that ignorance will start shifting. It will start mitigating, lessening, and then finally that knowledge will, that ignorance will completely vanish. So let's understand that within us, it is the self or the jiva, the atma, who is the reservoir of knowledge. Now, in the immediate next verse, Sri Krishna says that for those whose ignorance is destroyed, when that knowledge is there within you, that knowledge arises within you, automatically ignorance will vanish. A simple example, when we switch on the light, immediately the darkness in the room goes away. You need not tell it to go away. Similarly, on attaining knowledge, ignorance will immediately go away. It will vanish on its own. There is no need to tell it to go away. So Sri Krishna says, for those whose ignorance is destroyed by this divine knowledge, and that karma yogi now comes to know about the supreme divine personality, the supreme entity, he says it is as good as the sun rising and illuminating the entire world. In the same way, this knowledge is compared with the sun. When the knowledge rises in our heart, in our mind, it illumines the mind, it illumines the heart. That is how our understanding becomes more clear. So, Shri Krishna says, this is the importance of knowledge. Remember the last class, he had told that knowledge is the best purifier because it's only due to knowledge that ignorance will vanish completely. Then, in the next one, 5.17, Sri Krishna is also saying that for those whose intellect is now fixed upon God, knowing that all these actions and everything are performed by the senses with the sense objects, by the mind, that karma yogi fixes his intellect upon the divine. In the same way as when we know Sri Raji Maharaj, when we know Sri Krishna, we worship him with full surrender, with full dedication. Why? Because our intellect is fixed upon him. So a karma yogi whose intellect is fixed upon the divine, who are completely getting absorbed in him, knowing that everything is under the control of the divine personality. So the karma yogi has firm faith in the supreme divine personality and knows that that is the goal which I have to attain at the end of my life. So he's fixing his intellect upon the goal. Now, my dear friends, if I were to send a message in our group and or if I'm messaging an individual, if one of the digits of your phone number will change, will that message reach you or somebody else? The whole destination will change. So some other person will receive that message, which means all the 10 digits should be yours, of your number. Only then I can connect with you. In the same manner, in all means, in all ways, we should be absorbed in God. Even if one digit will change, then the message reaches the other person. Even if one angle or one aspect in us is not uh, being attached with the Supreme Divine Personality, then the goal will deviate. So, by all means, surrender unto Him. And if we do not have a goal at the end of the life, when we drop our bodies, what will happen? The soul will drop the body and come out of it. It will not know where it has to go. Therefore, that soul should know where has it to go. The goal should be fixed, and that can be fixed when you are there in the body, when your mind, your intellect, everything is functioning properly. A karma yogi fixes his intellect on the supreme goal. Now, Sri Krishna says, such persons quickly reach the state from which there is no return. The goal is fixed. He reaches that place, that goal. He will not have to come back into the cycle of birth and death. And their sins are dispelled because of the light of knowledge. Now, which sins is he talking about? Many a times, knowingly or unknowingly, even when we are walking, we may kill some ants or anything under our legs. Or we may um, unknowingly disturb any person or hurt any person, although that may not be our intention. Sins are there. Those sins also will be completely destroyed in the light of knowledge, says Shri Krishna. So, fix your intellect upon the goal. Goals can be short term and long term, right? And mid term. Short term goals for you people are that you all are studying, you all are students. Your career is your immediate goal. Similarly, in the midterm, when you get married, when you have kids, bringing up the kids will be another goal. And the long term goal, the goal above everything, is worship. The way you worship, the way you surrender your actions to Sri Krishna. Now, in that uh, surrendering of the actions and the way you are worshipping Sri Krishna at the end of your life, you will get his Paramdham. That is the final goal. But that final goal covers up all the other goals. So, in this way, the person, the Karma Yogi, has fixed his intellect that he has to reach that goal of, that dham of the Supreme Divine Personality, which is the Supreme Goal. Now, last verse for today, the truly learned, with the eyes of divine knowledge, see with an equal vision. A very, very interesting point, huh? Krishna says, everything is created by me only. Everything is but my part only. Yes, the bodies may differ. It can be the body of a lion, a cow, a human being, a horse, whatever it is. But if you look at the jiva, the soul which is there within, that soul is nothing but a spark of my divine consciousness. A karma yogi and an intellectual person knows that the soul within every creature is the same. The bodies are different. One of our Gurujans used to give a very beautiful example. When we were very small kids, uh, maybe under 5, and our mother used to prepare um, those sweets of different different shapes for us. Many mothers do prepare. So they may have prepared the sweet in the shape of an elephant or in the shape of a horse. It is sweet. By nature, it is sweet, and everything in it is the same. But the outer form is different. One is of an elephant, one is of a lion, one is of a tiger and a cow, etc. Now, when kids are in a playful mood, the mother will ask the child, Beta, what do you want to have? And the child says, I want to eat a lion. He wants to eat that sweet in the shape of the lion. He says, I want to eat the lion. The other kids will ask, I want to eat the horse, I want to eat the tiger. What are they eating? They're eating the same sweet, but the shape is different. So all I want to say from this example is that each one of the creatures in this world, be it a cow, an elephant, everyone, the human beings, everyone has got the same soul within us, but the bodies are different. Karma Yogi will not kill anybody because he knows the consciousness that is there in me is there in everyone. He'll not hurt anybody. The consciousness which is there in me is there in everyone. Why should I hurt anybody? So, in this manner, he has an equanimous vision. He knows everyone to be the same. So, this is the viewpoint of a karma yogi or an intellectual person. Now, I will ask you one question. If you are walking on a road and you see a hungry lion coming towards you, are we going to have a handshake with it? Before you try to do that, he'll eat you up, right? So, knowing that the lion has got the same soul or the same consciousness, just as I do have, but at the same time, he is operating with his gunas. He's a carnivorous animal, he'll eat you up. The guna in him, the mode of nature in him is that he will eat up anything that comes in front of him. So, better run away. But at the same time, you're not partial because you know I do not have to hurt the lion, but I have to defend myself as well. I gave this example in a very funny way, actually. The intention was many a times you meet people in your life and you know that these people are having the same consciousness as I have, but their mode of nature or their state of mind may be ignorant and they may end up in hurting you. Better keep a distance. So, understanding that the soul within everyone is the same, yet the modes of nature in each and every individual or creature are different. You have to either maintain a distance or closeness with that individual. So, I have shared both the aspects of this shloka with you. He has an equanimous vision. He also has the understanding that everyone will perform as per their own modes of nature. Is it clear? Did it make sense? Or I hope I'm not confusing you. Sanu કઈ પૂછવું છે? No, na? Okay. So I'll just quickly ask you only a couple of questions, not more, and then we wind up for the day. Uh, as per verse 5.12, what does a karma yogi get at the end of his life?
Everlasting peace.
Yes, everlasting peace. As against that, the one who's doing things with a selfish motive, what will that person get? The same verse.
They're becoming entangled.
Yes, they are becoming entangled with the fruits of the actions, and therefore they will fall in the cycle of birth and death. Okay. What is considered to be the best purifier?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Yes, beautiful. Knowledge is considered to be the best purifier. And obviously, here we're talking about the spiritual knowledge, huh? Not the worldly knowledge. The spiritual knowledge is the best purifier, whose intellect is fixed upon the goal and the Supreme Personality. What would they try to attain at the end of their life? This is from verse 17.
A state of which there's no return.
Yes. Beautiful. Very nice answer, Tanay. They will try to attain that state from where there is no return. They do not have to fall back into the cycle of birth and death. And finally, a karma yogi, or the one who sees through divine knowledge, has got an equanimous vision. You see, everyone is the same. People know it's only the difference of the bodies, the modes of nature, which is making or causing anybody to do actions. Can you quickly give me the names of the gunas, the modes of nature?
Satgun, Rajagun, Tamagun.
Yes, excellent. Very nice. Sadgun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. Okay, so I think we should wind up our session today. We'll say the prayer. बोलो श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय